Hey boy. You little pretty boy. You sweet, sweet little dog, oh you. Boo-doo-doo-doo. Whoa. Whoa. Jesus. Jesus. Do do do. Here's Ryan, y'all. Boop. Okay, there we go. Oy, oy, oy. Fucking hell, dude. Yeah. Christ alive. Oh, fucking Christ. Right the shit. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god. I hate sleeves. Sweet Jesus. Whatever, fuck you too. Man, motherfucker. Let's go ahead and start this shit. Fucking jimming around with my goddamn sleeves. That sounds great. Now I'll figure out how to do this shit. There we go. Deal with that problem. What are we gonna do with this problem? Ooh. Fucking god. Are you serious right now? Sleeves have to like be the most fucking difficult thing in the world. When having to put multiple fucking layers on, like sweet Jesus. There we go. Fuck. Jesus Christ. All that effort just to pull a few sleeves out from the rest of my sleeves. So at least it feels even, not all fucking weird. With like clothes bunched up in between my fucking elbows and shit. Hey, what you doing? What you doing, does you look off? What are you doing? Ugh. Sweet boy, you. You's just sweet boy, you. Yeah. Give you a little tweet. Today be your spoilage day. Oh, you gotta pick it up. Did you get it? I think I'll just have some of this cream for the morning. Fuck it. It's Christmas Day after all. You know what? It's really hard to tell how much is in here. But I'm able to see. There's at least a little something in there. And it looks good. Yes, it is good. It tastes pretty delicious. That chocolate mint Irish cream. Get that out of the way. Boom. Right. Right here. I forgot we need a little bit of something in the background, don't we? Gonna try to find a little something. Something a little festive. Let's see. Merry Let's Go Brandy. Oh shit. That's right. Yeah, that's right. I mean, the War of Christmas, I mean, they try to fucking take it out of us. So we have to fucking start saying it in some goddamn lingo and shit, because those damn liberals, I tell you what. Those goddamn fucking libs. Try to take our Christmas away from us, so we have to do some coded language. Oh my god. I'm taking it you probably saw Mike's video on the War on Christmas from the other day. Because holy shit, it was beautiful. Just utterly beautiful. Where Santa Claus is just, I mean, he's turned woke. I mean, he left his wife, Mrs. Claus, fucking, you know, just went around to, like, gay movie theaters, apparently, because that's still a thing, I guess, and, you know, just Mrs. Claus just couldn't take it anymore, had to settle for Black Santa, one of those BLM Antifa Santas, like a BLM Antifa Santa, like, I mean, she had to settle for that, like a woke Santa, and then we got our actual Santa gone woke too? What is our fucking world coming to? What is our world coming to, I tell you what, boy. War on Christmas, I mean, it's blood battlefield. Those trenches are gnarly. I mean, some things are seen. Some things people done. Some things the rats have done. I've never even seen no town rat ever do. Even the rats change. It's like their behavior shifts with the landscape. And they start looking at us as food. They used to look at us as a way for them to get some food, you know, like some trees and stuff. That's how rats used to, like, you know, that's how we usually think of them, you know, like the goddamn ratatouilles and all that shit. So, you know, you got that going on, but as soon as you go out in that no man's land in those fucking Christmas trench warfares, oh boy, they take up a different tack. They suddenly become a little, primal. I'm a grizzled vet in those days, but no more. Can't take that shit no more. Whatever left of my sanity will break next time I have another you know, goddamn operation out there, you know what I'm telling? Can't have another tour of duty. Even a man himself must know his limits. Got goddamn patrons out there that don't know those limits and die every day. Not even understanding. They almost just... It's like they're too much of a patriot. As I didn't think there could be such a thing. But some people just... I've seen people needlessly die. Out in those fields, out in those trenches. They were too bullheaded, too... Just like I dared to say, too patriotic. Too patriotic for the war on Christmas, I say. Because now, the bastards are dead. Oh my God. I like poking fun at this war on Christmas thing a little bit. It has to be at least like a little bit every year. You have to at least take a little bit of time out of the day to, you know, to just enjoy and to soak up that war on Christmas that they crow so much about. I love it, honestly. It's just... Because, I mean, if you really think about it, like, I mean, how could there be a war? Like, if anything... Like, if you want to say there's a, quote, war on Christmas, it's the other way around. Like, Christmas literally gobbles up the other holidays. But, never mind. Today's a day where it wins. Has strong convictions and showing his pride today. Jesus' name, when he was born, I'd say. Amen, that. Almost reached my kite. Ayy. Oh shit, now there's a Paul stream going on. Yule Tool. Damn, what a name. It's not as festive as my name. For my stem. The flames of the merry jolly goodness of Christmas shall rise. Like, if I ever hit, I always have like a ball of smoke still left in there. What the hell? What the hell? Why am I grabbing my tea too when I should be grabbing my Irish cream? I'd have some eggnog, but that kind of smashed last night. Unfortunately. Plus, there's shortages of regular eggnog, so the only eggnog that was available at the store was some alcoholic eggnog, which I guess was to complain. But I never tried it, so I didn't know if it was actually good or not. So I bought one yesterday thinking, alright, I'm gonna, you know, try this out, see if it's good, mix it with the Irish cream even, because I bet that'll make it even better. And then the damn paper bag that was holding that in on top of my Irish cream, it fell right through. I've heard an argument that Christmas isn't pagan, but it uses Xmas trees, which are pagan, then that would make it, yeah. I mean, like, the idea that, like, I mean, Christmas today, I guess, isn't pagan anymore, but, like, the roots and the origins and a lot of the aesthetics and the themes that come from it. The trees, like, hell, even the gift exchanging shit. I mean, a lot of that is, I mean, not just pagan origin, but, like, even more specifically, like, Norse pagan origin. Like, with a lot, like, the whole St. Nicholas, while that was later adapted into Christian form, there was also, like, a more Nordic version of that, where I don't think he was named St. Nick, but something else. So, there's definitely some strong elements, you know, when it comes to what Christianity stole from, basically, when it comes to, like, the fake roots and shit. Well, why am I putting that in quotes? With the quote roots, I guess. I mean, honestly, as far as I'm concerned, there isn't, like, really an inherent root, because there's so many different, like, holidays from different cultures that revolve around this time. Like, I mean, like, there's, you know, because you got, like, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, like, all these different other holidays and shit, so, to me, it kind of makes, for me, it seems a little hard to say, like, there's a core root to this specific time of year, when pretty much, like, every culture and every, you know, society is, like, had a you know, like, big festivity, like, Yuletide type of festival around this time. Obviously in their own ways, but Christianity is still from the industry. Oh, yeah. Some Wiccans traditions like the wreath. Yeah, the wreath too. So, yeah, so it's not like, I'd argue there's probably not like a core root that it took from. It just took from everything. Because honestly, the idea is that, well, if we want people to believe in our bullshit, well, let's try to adapt their bullshit into ours. I mean, that's pretty much the whole idea. But nonetheless, at this point, it's basically just like, yay, we made it for the year. Here's our epic festivities and celebration. On top of gift exchange and all that fun shit, so. I mean, it's not to dog on it, obviously. I mean, it's still a fun, you know, celebratory time of the year. With its stresses and bullshit, too. Wicca, the official religion of Harry Potter glasses hanging... wait, hold on, not. The official religion of Tumblr chicks who think like lipstick, Harry Potter glasses, and hanging up tapestries in their bedrooms makes them unique. I mean, just, well... I mean, just them being them does, I guess. I mean, who cares? Is Tumblr even still a thing? I'm pretty sure all those, like, Tumblr chicks migrated elsewhere. Because when Tumblr was like, no porn on our website, it's like, I think like 90% of their fucking, like, user base left. I mean, honestly, do people still use that shit? Who uses Tumblr? I haven't heard of that shit since they, like, did their fucking, like, exile. You know, like, the porn exile, basically. What are you doing, Zukov? I know you keep stuffing toys over there in that corner. Oh my god, you did. Yeah. Here, take your balls.
Super. Okay, give me the ball. Give me the ball. Or not.
Tumblr banning porn was one of the few things that truly brought everyone together. I mean, that was true. I remember when Tumblr did that, pretty much like everybody on the internet was like, fuck you. Like everybody. I mean, I don't, like, aside from like the few puritanical, like, dipshits that were just all like, oh my god, good, we don't want disarming the kids, you know, whatever the fuck. Which honestly, I noticed that literally is like the only main argument that comes from shit like that, and it's just like, oh my god, then just have your parents not fucking, like, have access to the internet for your kid or some shit, like, fuck. You got like a 12-year-old, you know, like perusing around the internet, and you're so scared they're gonna find a Tumblr page of porn or whatever the fuck, then, I don't know, restrict their access to the internet. They're 12. Probably shouldn't be using it in the first place. Aside from, like, school-based shit, you know, like in elementary school or middle school or whatever the fuck.
Ball. No, not good.
So Goff will bring you the ball when he feels like it. That's what I've noticed. Little dork. Just a little dorky boy. What are you getting over there? There's something over there that he wants. I do not know what it is. Oh, now you're bringing me the ball? Oh, yeah, you're just gonna bring me that ball? Huh? Yeah, yeah. Yule log cakes, they look like giant Swiss rolls. They must taste amazing. I want one. Oh, those like Yule log cakes? Yeah, I think I've seen some made up in our bakery before. I think our bakery will make some during the winter season. I know our store is closed today, but, I mean, tomorrow there might be some left over that weren't sold, so I might grab one, if there's one left. Because I know, at least at our bakery, there's, like, cinnamon ones. I think there's, like, a lemon poppy seed one. Though, well, maybe not, actually. It might just be just a lemon one, maybe not poppy seed in it or nothing, but usually if they make stuff with lemon, they put poppy seeds in it. But lemon and poppy seed is pretty good. Special, like, lemon poppy seed scones. Oh my god, I wish our bakery would still make that shit. I wish Safeway Bakers would just do that in general. But they don't anymore. They haven't done that in years. It sucks. They just got, like, these little mini, like, fucking blueberry scones, which are okay, but it's like, I mean, can we have more than just blueberry ones? I mean, can we have, like, you know, some mini lemon scones or something? Please? I mean, hell, even chocolate scones would be fine. That'd be something, a little variety. I know a lot of it, I think, is just because they don't got the ingredients for it. Or, well, they probably do, but they just, you know, because, you know, the company doesn't necessarily put those out anymore. I could probably talk them into maybe making me some. I mean, we do that for, like, everyone else at the goddamn store, at the deli department. I mean, fuck. I mean, at least they can do the same thing for us. But, yeah, I never have had one of those little Yule log cakes, but I will agree, they definitely look pretty fucking good. They're really easy to get into, because all you have to do is just, like, cut once, you know, just cut however big of a thick, you know, piece of slice you want. Boom. Just, that's it. I mean, then you just chow it right down. I mean, because with other cakes, you have to kind of be, like, a little intricate because of the layers and shit. And it's just like, oh, fuck. Like, I mean, because sometimes if you try to cut into cakes, I've always had the issue where some layers will, like, crumble as I'm trying to take the cake out. You know, from, like, the slice out from the rest of it, you know. I know there has to be, like, a specific technique to it that I'm just not realizing. I haven't seen Die Hard. I mean, realistically, who hasn't? I mean, I'm one of those weird people that legitimately believes it's not necessarily a Christmas movie, but there are, like, I mean, there are so many people that challenge me on that, but I die on that fucking hill. Because, I mean, it's it's an action film. Like, it's not, like, I mean, it's not necessarily a fucking, like, does, you know, because honestly, like, Christmas movie has to be kind of be built more around that as the theme. But the first Die Hard isn't necessarily built out around as the theme. Like, the timeline of the plot, you know, it's around the Christmas season, but I don't think that inherently makes it a Christmas movie. I mean, that's my main premise to it, so like, people are like, well, it's still a Christmas film, though. It's like at that logic, then there's, like, at least 100 other movies out there that are not Christmas films that could technically be Christmas movies. It's just like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it feels like a stretch to me. The new Java machine good? Shit, I wish. Because then, you know, if someone wants to, you know, play around with it, then I could just whisper to him, it's a machine gun. You hold it down. And then they could be like, oh, okay. Just endlessly lay down rounds. We must be enemies too. Burly guys named Chuck and Carl are gonna show up around 2 months from now. They just want to talk. Oh, are they, do they also have tire irons too? See, I'm serious though. I'll legit die on that hill. I mean, I love the movie. I mean, I'm not gonna be, you know, say it's the shitty movie or nothing, but like, I mean, I'm just making the argument that, like, when it comes to, you know, it being a Christmas movie specifically, I just don't necessarily think it is, just because it happens to be, you know, plot-wise around that type of timeline, because, you know, we got, you know, fucking Bruce Willis fucking, you know, trying to take out, like, some German terrorist guy, you know? It's just like, I mean, I could see the, I mean, it's not like I can't see the argument for it, but, I mean, it just seems like a little bit of a stretch. But, I mean, hey, you gotta have fun with, you know, cinema, at least some way. You gotta make it, you know, contentious. At least a fun contentiousness. I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It's a good movie, and it's fun to watch, and, you know, who cares? It's a fun movie. It's a good little action flick. You know, you get to see some epic fun shit. You get to see, you know, like the very, you know, think everything's all good, you know, and, you know, the fucking, you know, missions won and all that shit, right? But then, you know, got that one last guy coming out, fucking, you know, and then he got like that cop out of nowhere, just boom, you know, lays, you know, a couple rounds. He's like, oh shit, I thought I had my last glory, and just fucking collapses. It's just like, boom, dude. I mean, it's a fun little fucking movie. I mean, you can't go wrong with Die Hard. And then that scene, like the scene where the guy's falling, like, I think that's an actual practical effect where stuntmen fell that entire time. And obviously they had, you know, a cushion for them to fall on where he's safe, but like, somebody fell all that way down. It's like, holy shit. Imagine being a stuntman doing that. Fuck that. I mean, so you gotta appreciate the film for what it is regardless. I mean, it's a fun little movie. What boxes do Xmas movies have to check? Or on Xmas or near it? Yes, Xmas aesthetic. Yes, Xmas being important to the plot. Yep. So, I mean, you mean when Hans fell? Yeah. I'm pretty sure that, if I remember correctly, that's a practical effect where stuntman fell like all like the 100-some feet, you know, for the skyscraper scene. And obviously because, you know, to make it illusion like he actually fell and splattered everywhere, you know, they had the camera so far away, you know, for the stuntman to do, you know, the practical effect while not looking like he's actually splattering or nothing, you know, they had it in a pretty good cinematic way to, I mean, it's also just good cinematography to think about with that, because, like, they had to position a camera at a certain angle far enough away and zoomed in at a certain way so they don't catch the guy falling all the way to the ground, but far enough to where it's like there's like that half second, like, you know, that half second of you don't see him, but you hear the plop. Which obviously I'm assuming they either added in after the scene was shot, or somewhere in the distance they had something else falling that's about the weight of a human hitting the ground. You know, so you know, they can at least mimic, you know, the sound of somebody hitting the ground. They lied out Rickman about the fall. I heard they either dropped him at 1 or 2 seconds. When they were dropping him, so they lied to him saying it's going to be like a 1 or 2 second fall, but it ended up being like a huge ass fall. I mean, hey, it honestly really worked out for the scene though, because especially after a while, you know, it's just like, oh, you know, he's kind of like, oh shit. But after a while, it's like, well, okay, I'm just kind of falling now. So like, when's this gonna end? I mean, after a certain point, it is like that because you're gonna be kind of like in a weightless type of position after a while. That's also why I want to go skydiving, low-key, because I have a little bit of a fear from falling from heights, not heights themselves necessarily, but, you know, that's, you know, I feel like it, you know, if I actually kind of had the experience of that feeling of falling and shit with something, you know, knowing that I'm going to be safe with, like a parachute, then it's like, I think I can manage it. I mean, the initial, like, fear and adrenaline of jumping out is going to fucking freak me out, but I think once I'm actually in the moment, you know, I think I'll be okay. It's more so about getting over, like, hey, you know, jumping from a height that I know is probably okay, or, you know, or being at a ledge or something that's a little more risque and shit that's a little higher. They said to count to 3 and drop him, but they lied about when. Ah. Irish Xmas doesn't mean out alias. Well, that's what this is. It's Omar's Irish Cream. As he fell, Alan Rickman said, "Fuck you, you buttholes." Buttholes? I mean, sure. I'm assuming it was assholes. Fuck you, you assholes! I mean, I would too. I would too, low-key. I mean, especially if I'm trusting somebody with a fall. Yeah. I don't want that broke. I don't want that shit broken. I'd feel the same. Honestly, I have to say, Alan Rickman in that movie was pretty fucking, yeah, pretty amazing. He did a really good job at playing playing the role. Make me want to see Die Hard again, goddammit. Can you at least admit, like, pretty much Die Hard after, like, the third one sucks? Like, the first two are actually pretty good. The third one's where it kind of started really falling off, I think, in my opinion. Then after that, it's just like, I don't even know. I don't even know what's going on anymore. Like, I remember the first two pretty fondly. The third one, I can barely remember. I've yet to come across a Die Hard hater, at least with the first movie. Well, I think everybody actually... Well, because the first movie's actually good. But I think, you know, once they tried to make it like a series and all that shit with the later Die Hards, I think that's where they kind of fell off and made it more of a corporate cash grab. I mean, especially if they're trying to, you know, like... I mean, especially like the last couple of them. I mean, where Bruce Willis is just old. And I think at one point he's trying to save his daughter and shit. And it's like, okay... Now we're just doing the old man who used to be like the die-hard fucking, you know, action guy, but now he's retired but has to save his family because the old terrorist has a grudge or something, you know, whatever the fuck. Like an old henchman has a grudge and now he has his own organization, he's out to get you and your family and all that. It's like, oh my god. It's like, we've seen this trope a couple times already. Like, fucking, Rambo's had this trope now. Fucking, well, the Die Hard one has, I think Arnold's had a few films like this. True Lies is actually kind of like that a little bit. But actually, that one's good. I like that one. You know, so there's a lot of movies that have that trope where it's like, gotta save my family or my daughter, or, you know, or something, you know, in the middle of trying to save the world or the country on top of that, and have to get back into, you know, the government's, you know, biz and, you know, work with them and all this shit while also being your own little vigilante, you know, dude working outside of that. And it's just like, oh my god. I mean, if done right, it's a good fucking movie. I mean, like I said, True Lies is kind of like that a little bit, but awesome. Die Hard, you know, again, at least, I mean, it's not like that up until the corporate cash grab shit, but, I mean, Die Hard overall is still, you know, a good movie. At least for the first one. And the second one I still remember fairly fondly, but after that, I couldn't really tell you. if I say someone gets in the mood to watch Die Hard on Christmas, that they miss a Christmas movie, and nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's because we're talking about Die Hard. I mean, I'm getting into the mood to watch it just because we've been talking about it now, and it's legitimately a good film. I mean, like, I don't want to necessarily say just because we're talking about it on Christmas. It's like if we were talking about Die Hard on, like, July 4th, it's like, well, it's a July 4th movie. It's like, no. I mean, if we're going with that logic a little bit, I mean, alright, that one's a little flimsy. I think that'd be a little flimsy there, sir. I think I just wrecked you with my facts and logic. Against your feelings. I'm just fucking around, but... I mean, either way, like, whether Die Hard's a Christmas movie or not, it doesn't matter to me. It's still a fun movie. I consider it more just of an action flick, more of a Christmas flick specifically. It's more just out of how I perceive the film, but nonetheless, it's, you know, it does have the, the plot, kind of based around, the time of Christmas, but, like, to me, that doesn't inherently have to necessarily make it a Christmas film and shit, but either way, who cares? It's a fun movie, it's awesome, and we can't go wrong with Die Hard. So, Goff, what are you getting into? You don't have no stick or hide, and yet you're breaking it. Oh, it's a stick. It's just a stick. He's okay. I mean, it was released in July. However, Christmas enhances an already great movie like putting peppermint on hot fudge sundae. I mean, true. Well, I guess depending on how you do it. But, I mean, it can, work out pretty well. Like, I mean, The Nightmare Before Christmas is, I think, another great example because that's a Halloween and a Christmas movie. Like, it's, I think, it balances it pretty well, like, where there's a lot of major elements, especially, like, aesthetically, where there's a lot of, Halloween elements, but also aesthetically and in many other ways, including plot and theme, it's built around Christmas, too. Like, there's definitely a lot of films, and I'm pretty sure Nightmare Before Christmas was released around Halloween time. Or I think sometime in between it. It's really easy. You crush a candy cane in a bag and pour it in. Oh, yeah. That's the way to do it. Or just, just bite a few large bits of peppermint, or just a candy cane, just stuff it in there. Whatever it is. Like an ice cream with, like, little small chunk, like, not like little bits of it, but like big chunks of candy cane in there. Oh. Paul doing his stream stuff? Oh, he is. Are they delving it? Whoa. War between the machines and the sentients, and how humans develop the truce between them and rebuilds.
Right.
Well, they must be talking about some crazy shit here. They must be delving into some deep shit here, too.
Yeah. But, I definitely was sucked into the movie way more than I thought I was going to be. At first, I was just like, because it starts off pretty rough. And you really think, like, oh my god, they're literally, remaking the first movie or some shit. But it pretty quickly, like...
Well, they're also talking about a movie. What movie they're talking about?
To defy your expectations for what you thought the movie was going to be. And I was really, actually, I found myself really liking the struggle of Neo...
Oh,
as
Matrix.
Thomas Anderson stuck in this world and thinking that
Oh, you watched the new Matrix.
and being told by everybody that he should trust that that's what's going on. You're mentally ill. These are delusions that you have. You're a very creative person. You created this huge universe, and that has bled into your reality, and you need to separate reality from fantasy and blah, blah, blah. And, like, having that like, because that, you know, there's a lot more insight within that into the.
I haven't seen this movie yet, but
very explicit
I really want to.
Where he sits down with somebody and talks about, you know, the difference between being an artist and creating something amazing, and then the expectations that come once you've done that. So it's clear that, like, Neo is, and maybe even Trinity in this film, are revealed as, like, Mary Sue's for Lana Wachowski and maybe her sister. You know, I mean, she's definitely telling us about what sucked about creating the Matrix, which is cool. It's like, whoa, I didn't expect to get that here. But it was plain as the nose on my face. It was just like, you know, this thing that
that's kind of, they actually kind of put that in part of the film. That's actually pretty interesting. It actually makes me kind of want to check the film out a little bit and kind of, you know, kind of dissect that a little myself. That's why I'm actually okay with spoilers in some ways, because if anything, spoilers just kind of enhance me to really want to check out the film more in some ways. I guess depending on the spoiler.
I like it when filmmakers...
Like, spoilers like this to me are actually enhancing to me wanting to check out a film.
It's almost fourth wall breaking, but not quite, yeah.
Subtle fourth wall breaking. It's very subtle. I'd probably say it still is kind of like a wall break, but in a way it's more of a subtle one you have to actually kind of really think and understand a little bit, you know, to actually get.
Every once in a while if it was done, but everything gets done to death.
And I need a new phone. This charger port is sucky as fuck.
The Matrix is that, you know, if she was going to do this, she was going to defy your expectations with it. Neo, like I said, he's so powerful, but he's not what he used to be. He can't fly. You know what I mean? He can't, he's not impervious to damage. He can't fight as fast as he used to be able to, and it takes a lot more out of him to be able to do some of the superhero-ish shit. So it's like, you know, that's kind of like the fuck you to the fans that I think is inherent in their expectation that after 20 years, Neo is going to be able to just
kick ass and chew bubblegum.
But he doesn't. He really does.
Oh yeah, 20 years later, Neo's totally going to be able to kick ass and chew some bubblegum.
The movie really does mirror the first film. So it's an interesting movie. There's a lot more to be said about it. I've seen a lot of kind of like brain dead, it just sucks kind of takes, and even without those, I kind of prepared myself just because I'm so used to these movies not being challenging at all once they get this far into the fucking franchise.
I mean, that is true usually. I mean, we're kind of talking a little bit about Die Hard, honestly, where, you know, over time, you know, these type of films can really lose its kind of impact in a way where a lot of the actual likabilities where it makes it good in a way kind of wither off because they're trying to either repeat the same results or
might have just come down to money. Might have been a narrative choice.
Money, maybe. You know, as well. All sorts of shit.
They definitely leave the door open for it. They introduce a butt ton of new characters. Here's what I think is going to happen with it, if anything. I think they'll do like a TV show.
Those seem to be a lot more popular these days.
Like one of these like HBO Max TV shows or whatever the fuck. Where it covers,
I mean, most people seem to be really into like this series and the shows these days. So honestly, like even with films, like I mean, people kind of want to see films in like multi-parts and shit as well, where they kind of build into a bigger story.
That way, I don't know necessarily.
I mean, Marvel did that for like the past decade and a half, practically, and actually made it work. I mean, I'm kind of tired of it myself, but I have to respect, you know, for the results it did put out with it. Some of it legit sucked, and some of it definitely didn't. Some of it was legitimately really good.
Yeah, they would have to have a funeral, like Niobe's funeral should be episode 1. Because that has to stop. Either that or the machine started winding back the clock or some shit on her or some shit. Like the first episode is them stealing like the regenerative tech from the machines that they use to keep Neo young for so long to reverse the aging process on Niobe so she doesn't look like a fucking clown shoe. Because that was horrible, man. One of the worst parts of the movie right there. It's just like, it usually is, man. It wasn't as bad as the Peter Whalen makeup in Prometheus, though. That to this day is the worst modern age makeup that I've seen.
You little treat. Up. No, can't use me as support. Up. Good boy.
It wasn't seamless. There were some times, especially during the aging down, where I could tell that there was some CGI fuckery going on, but I vastly prefer that to this like makeup shit that they're doing. It's just
there's a balance to CGI and practical effects,
the
and
movie is not shot as cinematic.
honestly, there's a lot more kinship towards CGI more so than actual practical effects, and in a way, it feels like maybe there's just been kind of a lost touch in that when it comes to that art.
I think that was a deliberate choice.
So when people do it, I mean, it ends up kind of sucking more than anything because it's, if anything, these days been like a lost art.
Same stunts and whoa, I'm not gonna like do it. You're gonna get a more modern interpretation of action, and in a lot of ways, I think that Lana Wachowski was showing how much modern action films have stripped most of the fun out of what she did, but stolen a lot of the moves. You know what I mean? Like cheapened it, like shoot it on the cheap. So instead of one continuous shot, you get a bunch of jump cuts. And yeah. Right. And so, oh yeah. But the whole movie just feels like a very angry movie, like on the side of its writer and director, which I'm fucking fine with, dude.
I'm totally okay with that too.
See a movie like
I honestly want to see the movie now because of that. I actually want to see the new Matrix because of this now. I'm actually curious. Is it happening to be like our movie? Is our movie theater open? Because if there is, I actually deadass might see if I can set up to watch it there.
That elevates it, in my opinion. So that's pretty cool.
Holy shit! There actually is some times today. Somebody in the chat just wrote, "Oh." Oh. Were there? Oh, you mean okay? Were there trench coats and sunglasses? Oh yes. In fact, like they look kind of goofy in a way that they didn't back in the 2000s. Yeah. And so it looks like the next time is 5:55 if I want to go watch it. And I think I might. I think it almost might be another fuck you. There's a couple of character designs, especially the ones when they're in the Matrix, that were just overtly, like the white girl with the weird braids that were in. There were like some designs that were just overtly like, oh, like you could tell maybe it was pushback from the producers going like, oh no, we want more of that Matrix look, you know. So she was like, okay, all right, I'll show you how much that's aged well. Maybe that is, dude. Man, I like the Wachowski sisters sometimes. Kinda, yeah. I'm definitely gonna have to watch this. If not today, then definitely very soon. Because I'm kind of a sucker for the first Matrix a little bit. I haven't seen it in a long time though, but. Modern standards. She had some serious baby hairs going on. Yeah. But hey, I'm definitely down for it. Like a white girl with all kinds of crazy braid designs, you know. And then, you know, just cool. Like the wet leather and the kind of steampunk /
ninja aesthetic. I don't know.
Ninja aesthetic. Okay, that sounds kind of cheesy.
Dude, that's...
Sounds like there's a little mixture of cheese rolled into this.
Everybody, in the future, everybody that is cool and rebellious will have ear cuffs. It's just the way it is. I think that those are added a lot because they're probably easy to just put in and, you know, not actually have to pierce the actor's ear or whatever. They stand out a lot.
Oh. Because then they could be just CGI shit. Gross. Well, that kind of sucks. Don't they have, like, temporary ones where there's, like, magnetic clips and shit what they could do? Like, temporary ones where you don't actually have to pierce?
Patrick Harris is in it. And you will probably hate him as soon as you see him, but that's kind of the point. As I started watching the movie, I was like, okay, I get it. Because just his very presence in the movie is almost a fuck you. Like, you're just like, you're in the Matrix, and then there's Neil Patrick Harris. And you're like,
It's like, oh, shit.
but that's how you're supposed to feel about him. So it was really, he ended up being better than you think he'll be.
Oh, you little baby.
Bugs remind me of Jubilee from the X-Men. Kinda, yeah. There was definitely, like, when they had that fight with the Merovingian and the rogue programs or whatever the fuck, the exiles, I think they called them. Like, there's a couple of them that just look like JoJo Siwa. Like, there's a couple of blonde chicks with all kinds of, like, pink overalls on and pigtails.
Okay, this just sounds awesome. That just sounds hilariously awesome. Okay, like, alright. The more he's describing this, the more I actually really do want to see this.
Having Neil Patrick Harris. Because it's another thing that defies your expectations. You see Neil Patrick Harris for the first time in this movie, you're going to roll your eyes if you're anything like me. You're going to be like, no, man, what? Even if it's just a cameo, why Neil Patrick Harris? But then you come to realize that he's actually a really good choice for what he's supposed to be. Like, he's a bigger character than just what he's introduced as, and
that's good.
It's a good choice, having an off-putting kind of person like Neil Patrick Harris in that role. I don't know.
So, okay, I like it. I'm for it. I want it. Give me it.
It takes you out of the movie, but it's supposed to. Because he's, you know, I don't know things for people, but it is what it is. It's worth watching. It's a good flick.
Hey, you sold me. I am sold on watching the new Matrix. What the fuck do you want, huh? Got a good recommendation. Got sold on a film. This is a very film-centric stream right now. Talk about some Die Hards, debate that bit. Talk about some Matrix now. This is like film-centric, but I like it. Oh well, you know. I like to think that Matrix Resurrections is actually a Christmas movie because it came out 3 days before Christmas. It's around Christmas when it came out. Bada bing, bada boom.
He's got the one-wheeled skateboard and he walks his dogs on it. The little one. Probably not the one you need. Yeah. It is what it is.
How's it hanging? Pretty good. Been a very movie-centric stream so far.
Reeves is inspired by Kurt Cobain. I didn't hear that. I would have to see what the context is. I can tell y'all right off the top, I don't like it.
Baby.
Kurt Cobain.
Oh, you just want the love. You just want my love. Oh my goodness. You just want some attention, don't you?
There's some justified it.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Look at you, baby.
I think that's the one they're talking
Yes, 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 yes. Yes, you are. Oh
I
my
can see.
goodness, look at you.
Yeah.
Oh my
I can
goodness.
see Robert Pattinson maybe playing.
You deserve all the
cocaine
pets.
in a movie.
And now you're fighting back against my pets.
But-
Where? Who's a handsome dog? You're starting to get more of an adult little head. You're starting to become like a little teenager now, aren't you? You're just a little teen.
Depends.
You're
If
just
you
like a little
consider
teenager
Joaquin
boy, aren't you?
Phoenix's Joker,
Wow.
I see, because like all the other Jokers have the downside of being across from Batman, so being actual Batman villains, whereas
Who's that little boy?
Joaquin Phoenix Joker is its
Oh.
own kind of thing, has its own movie.
Careful of your
It'll
tail.
definitely be a toss-up between the Joaquin Phoenix Joker and the Jack Nicholson Joker. Jack Nicholson was such an odd choice for the Joker.
Oh, it really was.
And it just
But
shows
such a
you how
perfect
valuable
choice,
the
too.
character of the Joker is. Like, that's one of the great things about him as a character, is he can be played so many different ways. And Jack Nicholson's Joker is just so full of that, like,
Mobster fucking.
evil gangster mirth
Yeah, dude, that mobster mirth.
that I just can't help but love the portrayal of it. It's just really well written, and it's dark, you know what I mean? It's that first Tim Burton Batman, so it's got like a comic booky darkness to it. And it's just really good. You know, that's not to put down the other Jokers. They're, you know, the Heath Ledger Joker is obviously amazing, but I didn't resonate with that Joker portrayal as much as some other people did. That's not to say that I don't think it's brilliant. It is. Maybe.
Can cats eat
I
gingerbread?
mean, it was a really good portrayal.
Or can dogs eat gingerbread?
I just didn't.
I don't know.
As much as I vibed with
I
Nicholson's Joker. Certainly didn't.
I don't know what would be in it. That could probably be harmful. I mean, I'll just look it up.
Notice I didn't even mention fucking Jared Leto's Joker, dude. No. Did you see the new Spider-Man? No. I'm done with Super.
Ginger is fine in moderate. Oh, fuck.
What did you think of
Goddamn it, I
Gladiator's
fucked
a
up.
really good movie. It's like a...
It's fine in moderation for dogs, but usually isn't a crowd favorite.
Last of
Gingerbread,
its
however,
kind
contains nutmeg,
type of
which is
movie.
never
It's the
something you
last time
should
that I
see in
saw,
a
like,
dog's diet.
murder-style epic.
Additionally, gingerbread can give
Like
dogs an upset
historical
stomach for
epics.
hours or
When was
even
the
days
last
after
time you saw
ingestion.
A genuinely well done, even if it's like a little off kilter in terms of its historical accuracy.
They're all dark, safe recipes. Yeah.
Genuinely well done.
It seems like nutmeg is the main thing, that's the problem, but in moderation, gingerbread and ginger seems like it's okay.
Egypt. When's the last time you saw a movie set entirely
Just, if you make your own gingerbread, don't put nutmeg in it.
outside of Gladiator? I really can't think of one. It's a Ridley Scott movie, which, you know, it means it's going to be characteristically over the top and how beautifully it's shot.
A dog may become overly excited after eating nutmeg and then become exhausted and drained.
I don't know, I really liked that movie.
Mace is a spice derived from the same plant as nutmeg, has similar risks. So, oops. Hold on. Let me do this real quick, y'all. Yeah. What the fuck?
It has, it nods to the mythology, but it doesn't have like Medusa in it.
There on.
But it talks about Elysium.
Do anything real quick.
And,
Give me a sec.
there's some scenes where he almost dies, or the scene where he dies, where he goes there, it's endless fields of wheat or whatever the fuck. So there's some like pseudo-religious tie-ins, but it mostly focuses on the brutality of war, and then, you know, kind of like what passed for the major entertainment in Rome at the time, which was gladiatorial combat. It's not super historically accurate in terms of how everything is portrayed, but some of it is. They were very careful about, like, I remember watching a documentary about Gladiator where they talk about how Ridley Scott worked very closely with the
There we go.
historians who live in Rome and preserve
We should give Field Marshal Sokovitry for being a good Soviet boy.
and
I mean, he's always a good boy.
Archaeologist or ancient architect.
I could give him a treat all the time, but yeah, I mean, today I'm definitely spoiling him a little bit. He's gonna be a spoiled boy.
Would look like an exposed very careful about it. So it's actually one of the
Signing right out of those treats too.
portrayals of the ancient Roman culture.
I have one more in here.
Actually
So let's.
these huge tarps that nobody thought existed because
Definitely no.
obviously back in the day.
I'll give him this in a second.
They would have come up with these big, so they have these tarps that kind of shade
That's it?
part of the audience.
Good boy, Paw. Good boy. There you go.
Right in the correct sunlight.
It's a happy holidays, Ignore. You goddamn communist son of a bitch. It's Merry Christmas up in these parts. Merry motherfucking Christmas to you, sir.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Statues. I don't think all of
The
them.
fuck is this nonsense? This holidays bullshit. There ain't no holiday but Christmas in this time of year. Thanksgiving ain't even a fucking bullshit thing. It's that Christmas too. Everything from November 25th, December 25th is Christmas. That's what it is.
The weapons are probably.
Christ miss, thank you.
Armor is probably different. I might be wrong about that.
I know at some point in a few hours we're supposed to get snow. People legit get pissed when we see happy holidays around here. That's so sad. I've literally have never had anyone get mad at me for saying happy holidays or Merry Christmas or anything like that. Also, usually I just say Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, or a combination of those two. Like, have a Happy Holidays and a good Christmas. Shit like that, you know. Usually I combine the two. Like, that's usually what I normally do. And that usually is a way to help circumnavigate whatever potential bullshit could happen, but I've literally have never seen anyone get mad or have a, like, actual, like, angerment issue about it.
I mean, yeah. A lot of times, people don't really like.
What are you getting into?
That doesn't mean that they were like the darkest.
What the
skinned
fuck, bro?
black people.
No!
That's not black.
What's wrong with you?
The chocolate.
You're lucky
But they were black.
Man, you're getting into your old fucking harness, bro? Seriously?
Kind of long tradition in
No!
Hollywood.
No!
Portraying them as some kind of strangely.
No! No, lay down, no, lay down, no.
That's why.
Why? What are you doing that for? What are you doing that for?
Portrayal of
Look what you got. Look what you got right here. Yeah. Oh my fucking god. Kwanzaa, I think I misspelled that. I think that's how it's spelled. What was I gonna look up? I was about to, oh yeah, weather.
Yeah. No, of course.
When are you gonna snow? With the storm warning. Yeah, I know. Fuck you. Oh, technically around now. Okay.
They're always asking.
Oh, you know what?
Longer than there has been.
You know what? You're like, what the fuck was that? He's trying to be like, what was that? Hey. Oh shit. Whoa shit. Oh, hello.
Appreciate.
Whoop 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 whoop. Whoa.
Egypt.
Oh no. Oh no.
I don't know.
I got it in the recycling bin.
The funny thing about Egypt is we
Whoop, whoop.
don't.
Oh my goodness,
We
boy.
know some
Woo,
stuff about their
woo, woo.
day-to-day lives, but we don't know a lot. We know some stuff about the way that things worked back in the ancient times. of
Well, that's about to go fucking haywire real quick.
Egypt. So it's just like getting something that's extremely historically accurate set there would really be a tough.
Oh no, what have I done? I should have done that after.
And there's a lot of
Oh, sweet Jesus, where'd my lighter go? Alright, right here.
I just don't
No, you're a happy boy. Oh, sweet Jesus.
see it. I love those
I don't. Oh my god.
historical type movies, even if they're not super accurate.
Everybody's happy. I was waiting for today to give him that, and holy shit. That's gonna die really quick, by the way. Like, that thing ain't lasting long.
The first thought that came on was sappy. I remember it being just like over the top.
So it's like around 3 p.m. It's gonna be like a mixture of rain and snow, so that's gonna be kind of gross and lame. But everything else beyond that looks like snow. So, beast. Lit, nice. Actually, gonna visit some folks here in a little bit, so I'll be back streaming in a sec, but I'll stick here for another minute or two. Well, more like maybe 5. Oh, it's like 106 for the hour mark, so. But do that, have it all at last, come back, see what my friends are up to and shit. They'll probably all come by, congregate around here potentially, at least initially, so probably stream again until they come around. That's the compromise I made with my roommate, a little smooth fire, but she doesn't mind me vaping. Well, hey, at least it's something, you know, and plus you get high real quick, a lot more quicker too.
How fucked up is that? The Santa emoji is just a white Santa. They don't let you choose the color of your Santa.
What the fuck? That is fucked up. They don't let you choose your Santa? What if you want an Asian Santa? What if you want a black Santa? Fuck you. I want to choose my Santa.
The fuck?
What if I want a Hispanic Santa? Fuck you.
Man, that's garbage.
It is some garbage. If we're gonna have these stupid emoji fucking things, you might as well go all the way with it. What is this weird exclusion shit? Have all the emojis.
There is a black Santa.
Oh wait, there is?
See?
Oh, there is a black Santa.
There's one. Well, good.
Okay, good. We got a black Santa. Alright. Now we just need a Latino Santa.
You are the same thing.
Or at least, you know, just, I guess on a more generalized, you know, way, just a brown Santa. Which can at least, you know, encompass many peoples. And don't want to take a fat bong rip. That's true.
Now I'm gonna start using that black Santa emoji. If I get any more family texts today, instead of using like the jingle bells or whatever, I'm gonna put the black Santa.
Hell yeah, black Santa, bro. Want a gay Santa? Yeah, there should be a Santa emoji where his hat is rainbows.
That's pretty good.
Or like his beard is a little rainbow or something. Like there needs to be like a fucking gay Santa. We need an LGBT Santa.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm straight up sending some black Santas.
Save the Santa, I'm assuming there is an Asian Santa.
Oh shit! Whoa, someone has different Santa emojis. There's a yellow one, a white one, a light brown one, a dark brown one, an Asian one, and a black one. Wow, they actually... Okay, so they do have all the Santas.
Not even an Asian shade in there. It's pretty fucked up.
I mean, they got the standard, like, yellow emoji color. You know, just that yellow-ass fucking emoji grossness that looks like a Simpson character.
It's about the God lie and not about the Santa lie. Because Santa...
So got squealing his toy. He's going fucking nuts over it.
Dude.
He's trying to rip the hat off of it.
Dude, I want you to be jealous, by the way, of my hand-knit beanie.
Oh, that is nice. I'm trying to find one of my fucking beanies. My fucking Iceland beanie. I've been trying to find that. It's like somewhere in this fucking garage. Or my room. It's like somewhere in this fucking house, and I've looked like for the last day or two for the fucking thing, because I want to wear it. But
There's something about a hand-knit beanie.
I mean, that Icelandic fur rabbit hat is a hand-knit fucking rabbit beanie, and it's like, motherfuck, I want that. Like, especially for the time of the season right now, like, motherfuck, bro. I want my goddamn fucking fur beanie right now.
A little bit over your ears.
I swear to God, I bet if I like start looking around again later, you know, before I leave or some shit, it's literally gonna be the most stupidest fucking spot ever.
It's a good beanie.
I straight up think it's probably just literally out in the open in a spot I haven't looked yet.
Well, Merry Christmas, everybody. I'm gonna end this.
I mean, I also do too.
Why are they called beanies? I don't know.
You know, well, that is a good question. Why are they called beanies?
But yeah, Merry Christmas.
Merry Solstice, Happy Hanukkahs, Holiday Kwanzas, Christmas, New Year's, Solstice, Yuletide, Merry Festivus. There you go. Did I get them all? I think got them all. Gotta get them all. Gotta catch them all. Christmas moon. Jesus watches you smoke and cries or something. Pastor once told me, lol. There's something else he left out. Jesus cries because he can't participate. You've seen The Hawkfather? It sounds awesome. But no, I haven't. I have not. But anyway. I got a little family guy that I'm also get to myself here, y'all. Get, you know, my singular gift. Because, at least, you know, all things considered, Christmas is a little bit more smaller and more spread out this year. That's been last year too, but yeah, this year's no exception. Which is good. So, I honestly, like, Christmas doesn't have to be just one fucking day specifically. I mean, it can be spread out. I mean, that's how, like, some of these other goddamn holidays do it, so. So, but anyway. I'll be back later, of course, in a couple hours, more likely than not. So, anyway, peace out for now, and happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Christmas, thank you, Christmas, and I might come back with maybe a little bit more alcohol, depending on what's open and where I can access some. But anyway, peace out, and I'll see y'all.